Nakakasama rin po natin si OCD Administrator Ariel Nepomuceno.
Good morning to everyone. Bilang paghahanda doon sa posibilidad ng malalaking lindol, particular dito sa lagi natin pinag-usapan, yung the big one, wherein kung baka gumalaw yung West Valley Fault System, tatlong bagay ang ginagawa ngayon ng pamahalaan. Una-una, pinagbubuti pa natin lalo yung lagi niyong naririnig na National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill. Hindi lang po ito yung duck cover and hold, ipaliwanag ko lang. Ang lagi lang natin nakikita na mas prominent is the public participation on the duck cover and hold, which will help save the citizens within the first few minutes of the earthquake. Subalit kasabay niyang National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill, ang hindi natin nakikita is the drill among the responding government agencies with regard to our capability to still communicate with each other during the earthquake and the aftermath of the earthquake. Importante yung kakayanan ng ating pamahalaan na lagi pa rin na ma-establish namin yung tinatawag na command and control during the incident. So, pinag-iigin natin yan at gumagawa rin tayo sa NCED ng iba't ibang scenarios bilang pagpapabuti pa o pagpapaliting nitong ating exercise. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang natin gagawin ito sa umaga o tanghali. Sa next earthquake drill, halimbawa, gagawin natin yan sa gabi. Kasi kung sa gabi, halimbawa, mangyari lindol, lahat kami, kasama din naman kami, except with some personnel of the AFP, nasa bahay po tayong lahat. So it is also important that we do different scenarios. And we will also incorporate, for example, a tsunami preparedness during NCED dahil may mga lugar na may banta rin ng tsunami in case magkaroon ng malaking lindol. So number one is NCED improvements, more scenarios that will be practiced by all agencies, both national and local government units, plus the participants from the private sector. Pangalawa, yung kapasidad mismo ng pamahalaan, both in the national government and the local government units, binabantay natin na lalo pang mas dumami yung ating mga kasamahan that will be given the special skills, especially for the collapse structure rescue. So marami naman ho tayo. Ang backbone namin will be, of course, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, meaning Army, Navy, Air Force. Kasama rin namin ang PNP, Philippine Coast Guard, and the BFP. Sila yung ating backbone, plus the volunteers from the local government units. Marami naman tayong sanay na, subalit padadamihin pa natin sila upang sigurado tayo that once needed, they are ready bilang paghahanda, including the equipment and again, the communications capability. And lastly, we are now leveling up public participation. We are already institutionalizing partnerships with the private sector. For example, we have formally signed agreements with the Chamber of Mines, the academic community such as UP, and other educational institutions. And then we're strengthening our partnership with the Association of Civil Engineers of the Philippines, organizations like that, so that the government will not be doing the management for disaster alone. Kailangan namin ang mas malawak at mas malalim na partisipasyon ng private sector. Because again, we assure you, based na rin ito sa utos ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, na pagbutihin natin paghahanda. Subalit kailangan din natin ng tulong ng private sector. And this is the norm worldwide. The government, private sector, civil society will have to work hand in hand with regard to huge incidents. Thank you.
Maaari na po magtanong ang ating mga samahan sa media. Raquel Bayan, Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning po to ma'am, to DPWH po. Kanina you mentioned ongoing na po yung retrofitting natin. Sa Metro Manila alone, ma'am, meron po ba tayong data kung ilang percent na po ng mga public infrastructure yung na-retrofit at ilang percent pa po yung tututukan natin?
Tuloy-tuloy naman po ang aming pag-assess, no? Hindi lang po yung mga public infra, but yung mga school buildings, mga public school buildings, including health facilities. So, as of to date po, nakapag-assess na kami ng more than 21,000 public buildings na ito ay marami dito i-recommend na namin for retrofitting. Pero meron na rin kaming natapos na retrofitting. Ang ibig lang sabihin ng retrofitting ay iakyat ang kanyang standards para sa international earthquake standards. Yun po. We can provide data ho, the actual numbers. But ang sinasabi po namin sa DPWH, tuloy-tuloy po yung programa at hindi lang po yung mga buildings, kundi pati mga tulay. Importante po yung mga tulay, especially in Metro Manila, kasi very important po ang National Capital Region to the economy.
Sorry ma'am, how about sa nationwide level ma'am?
Yes po. Lahat po may instruction na po ang aming regional directors. Ongoing naman po, hindi lang ngayon. Hindi lang dahil may nangyari sa Myanmar. Kung hindi taon-taon naman po, kami ay may programa na lahat ng unang tulay, national roads, especially national bridges, ay dapat i-assess every year at tignan ang kanyang structural integrity para may programa natin kung kailangan niyang i-repair, i-rehabilitate, o kailangan niyang palitan, o kailangan niyang i-retrofit. So meron po kami sa budget po namin ng programa para sa mga tulay.
May we know, ma'am, kung how much po yung budget?
Hindi ko mabigay ang actual amount ngayon, but we can provide PCO with actual amount ng budget namin for this year, including those that were funded previously.
And then, ma'am, you mentioned din earlier, nagsasagawa po kayo ng assessment sa mga LRT and MRT. Nasimulan na po ba or sisimulan pa na po?
So humingi po ng tulong ang LRTA sa DPWH kasi kami naman po ay nagbibigay ng technical assistance hindi lang po sa local government unit but sa ibang ahensya kapag hiningan po kami ng tulong para i-assess yung kanilang mga public building, kanilang mga buildings, yung kanilang mga assets. So nakapag-provide na po kami ng report sa LRT.
Alvin Baltazar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Kasi Cabrera, i-follow up ko lang po. Nabagay din kasi yung MRT at LRT. Base itong sa initial assessment natin, kaya bang i-withstand ng MRT, LRT yung 7.2 magnitude quake?
Kailangan po nating makipag-ugnayan sa DOTR. Sila po yung namamahala ng MRT at LRT. Pero kapag hiningan po nila kami ng tulong para tulungan ng mga ininyero nila at i-assess yung structural integrity ng mga infrastructure, including ports, airports, kami po naman ay handang tumulong. So, meron po silang sariling technical team. At minsan, humingi po sila sa amin, especially in the review of the plans at assessment ng kanilang mga infrastructure.
May timeline ba tayo, Yusek, kung kailan natin dapat na ilabas yung assessment na yun?
Actually po, nakapagbigay na po kami sa kanila ng mga report sa LRT.